In this video, you will learn about ridge regression. Ridge regression is used to create a simple model when the number of independent variables are more than the number of samples, or when the dataset has multicollinearity, that is correlation between independent variables. It has a parameter lambda denoted by alpha is known as the penalty term. It helps to reduce the magnitude of coefficients of our independent variables. By changing the values of alpha, we control the penalty. Higher the values of alpha, bigger is the penalty, and therefore the magnitude of coefficients are reduced. It uses L2 technique. We will work on housing dataset which contains information about the houses in the suburbs of Boston. This is our data set here. There are total 506 samples and 14 columns. The goal is to predict the median value of the house, and this is our target column MADV. MADV is a target variable, that is the variable that we want to predict using our independent variables. Let's go to Jupyter Notebook and import our data. Let's import pandas as PD, import numpy as np. I'm going to make one variable df. From pandas I will call read underscore csv, and I will pass my csv file name house.csv. Now let's look at the shape of our data frame. I'll write df.shape, and we have total 506 rows and 14 columns. We can also check the size of our data frame. We will write df.size. Size is 7084. It is multiplication of rows into columns. Let's also check the dimensions. df.ndim, and it has two dimensions because we have rows and columns. Let's look at the top 5 rows of our data frame. We will use the method head, df.head. These are the top 5 rows of our data frame, and we have columns such as CR, IM, ZN, INDUS, and so on. We have a column MEDV. This is our target variable. Let's look at the bottom 5 rows of our data frame using the method tail. We will write df.tail, and these are the bottom 5 rows of our data frame. We can also get other information using the method info. We will write df.info, and here in the output we will get some information such as the column name, non-null count, and the data type of each and every variable. We can also get the descriptive statistics using the method describe. We will write df.describe. In the output we can see we got the descriptive statistics, and we have such as count, mean, standard deviation, minimum, 25%, 50%, 75%, and maximum. If you want to check the data types, we will use the method dtypes. We will write df.dtypes, and here you will get the column and the data types. So for this column, for example, age, it is 464. So this is how you can get the data types of each and every column also. We can also check if there are any missing value present in our data frame. We will write df.isNull.sum, and here you will see we got 0 here because there are no missing values in our data frame. We can also check if there are unique values present in our columns, and we will find that using the method nUnique. And here in the output we will see we got some numbers here. For example, 81. So there are 81 unique categories or unique values present in the variable NOx. Here age 356. So there are total 356 unique age present in our variable age. Next we will find the correlation between variables. I will use the method CORR, and here in the output we will see we got the correlation between all the variables, and here MADV is our target variable. We can check the correlation with our target variable. For example, if you look here, so the correlation between MADV and CRIM is minus 38%. Then for the next variable it is 36%, for next minus 48%, and so on. And here you will see we have this 69% correlation with this variable RM, which is the highest one. So RM is our most important feature in our model. Then we have correlations such as minus 37%, minus 24%, minus 38%, and so on. Next, we will make the scatter plot. So I will import matplotlib dot pyplot as plt, and from ml extend dot plotting I'll import scatter plot matrix because I'm going to make a scatter plot matrix here. Now I'll make one variable column cols, and I want to include few columns only, such as first we will include this one lstat, second is b, third tax tax, and then our target variable medv. Next I will call this scatter plot matrix, and I will pass our column names. So I will write df of columns dot values because we want to get the values from our data frame. So I'm subsetting df of columns. Then I will pass on parameter figure size, and it is going to be 10 by 8. Next parameter is names. So our names are going to be column names. So I will write cols. Then the next parameter is alpha. It is the transparency of the color. So I am saying it is 0.5. Then we will call plt dot tight layout, and then finally plt dot show. Here in the output you will see we got the scatter plot here. So this is the scatter matrix, and here we are getting some correlation between these independent variable and a target variable medv, and you will see we don't have any good correlations. But if I put one more variable here, that is rm, and now if I run it again, now you will see that we have a good correlation with rm. Here you will see medv and rm, it is going in the same direction because we have already seen about that the correlation between this rm and medv is 69%. So this is the most important feature in our variable. Now we are going to make the heat map. So for that I will call from ml extend dot plotting. I will import heat map. I'll make one variable cm, and in this I will save the correlation coefficient, and I will call that using the np, that is the numpy dot correlation coefficient. This method, using this method we can calculate the correlation coefficient. Then we will pass our data frame, and we want to get the correlation coefficient of columns, that is all the columns that we have provided above here in this list columns here. And to get the values I have to type dot values, and I'm going to transpose it because I want to get it on the y-axis. So I have typed t here. Then I'll make one more variable hm, and here I will call the heat map method. Inside this I will pass our variable cm that we have saved above here. Then I will pass some parameters such as row names. Our row names and column names are going to be same. So I have typed columns here. Then column names, this is also going to be same columns. Next plt dot show. In the output you can see we got the heat map here, and you will see the correlation between this target variable MADV and RM is 0.70, that is 70%. And for other variables we have correlation such as minus 47%, 33%, and minus 74%. We can also plot histogram of our target variable MADV to check the distribution of our data. So I will call plt.hist, and I want to make the histogram of a target variable df of medv, and I'll put the title plt.title. The title is going to be histogram, and next plt.show. Here in the output, you can see we got the histogram. This will tell us the distribution of our target variable MEDV. Next, we are going to split our data frame into X and Y variable. In X, we will have all the independent variables, and in Y, we will have our target variable. So I'll make X here, I'll call DF, then I will call ILOC, I'll make a list, I'll type colon means I want all rows, colon -1 means I want all the column except the last column because last column is a target variable. Then I will make y df dot iloc, and in this I want all column but I just want the target column, so I will write -1 only. Let's execute our code. Next we will split this x and y into train test, and for that first of all I have to call the train test split from sklearn. So I will write from sklearn dot model selection import train test split. Then I will make xtrain, xtest, ytrain, ytest, train test split, and inside this I will pass x and y, and I also pass one parameter random state, and you can put any number here, let's say 10. If you want your result to be as same as mine, then you have to put 10, otherwise you can put any random number here. Let's execute our code. We have split our dataset into training and testing. Now we are going to import the rich regression. So let's import from sklearn dot linear model import rich. Now we are going to make the object of this class rich. I will write rich is equal to rich, and in this we will pass one parameter alpha, which is the penalty term lambda alpha, and here I'm going to put the value as 0.5. You can put any number here between 0 and 1, or let's say I will put 1, so I will write 1.0 here. Let's execute. Now I'm going to fit it, so I will write ridge dot fit, and I'm going to fit it on X train and Y train. Let's execute our code. So I have fit this ridge regression on this X train and Y train. Next I will make prediction and save in a new variable y underscore pred, and for that first I will call our object ridge, and from this I will call the method predict, and we want to make prediction on X test. Now let's look at our predicted values. So I will write y underscore pred. Here in the output you can see these are the predicted median prices of our house. Now we are going to print the slope and intercept for our model. First we will print this slope, print slope percentage dot 2f. 2f means we want to round it off to two decimals only. Then we will call the ridge, and we will get slope, and slope is present in coefficient underscore, and the index number is 0. So we got here I have to write percentage. Now you will see we got the slope here. Our slope is negative 0.12, and let's also print the intercept. Print intercept percentage dot 2f because we want to print it 2 digits. So then I will call ridge, and to get intercept we will call intercept underscore, and here you will see the intercept is 28.58 here. Next we will evaluate our model using evaluation metrics from sklearn dot metrics import mean square error. We are going to get the mean square error, that is MEC. I will call this mean square error, and then I will pass our y test and y pred. Here in the output, you will see that we got the mean square error as 33. We can also get the root mean square error, that is RMSE. RMSE is nothing but the square root of MSE. So from NumPy, I will call the method square root. And inside this, I'll just copy this code from here and paste it here. And you can see that we got the square root, that is the RMSE, and RMSE is 5. We can also get the R squared. So for that I will write print R squared, and this will also be in 2 digits, 2 decimal, 2f percentage, and it is present in score. So I will call score, and I have to pass x test and y test. So our R squared is 0.67. We can also change the value of this parameter alpha. If I make it, let's say 0.5, and if I run this again, I'll run each and every line. So now let's see if this MSC changes or not. I'll just execute. So now MSC has come down to 32. RMSC is same, and let's also check if R square changes or not. So R square also remains same. So you can play around with this parameter alpha. This is how you can develop your rich regression model in Python. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching.